This, we have median altitude centroid. From your notes, Hannah, what did you have for centroid?
The ones where the medians intersect.
That's right, it's the intersection of medians. All right, and then we had a fraction that represents the length of the centroid. What's the fraction?
2/3.
2/3, that's right. The centroid is 2/3 of the length of the median. All right, so that's all review. So in your book now, open up to section 8.3, which is, Cody, are you there?
Yeah.
370, 380, 381. Okay, good. So let's go to page 387, okay? And we're gonna introduce a fourth term. It's actually our final term. It's called the orthocenter. Ooh, I forgot my R. Orthocenter. The orthocenter of a triangle is the intersection of the lines that contain the altitudes. So we know what centroid is. The orthocenter is the point of intersection of the altitudes. Okay, they're all concurrent. Now, there is no fractional representation for where the orthocenter is. All right, so let me summarize now our last 2 days of terminology. Okay, the first term that we did was median. The next term that we did and we discussed was altitude. And then centroid. And now today, orthocenter. Okay, median goes from vertex to midpoint of opposite. That's not a real word, but it's a word that we created yesterday. Do you remember that? Accidentally. Then I used it all day yesterday. Opposite. Opposite side. Okay? And then the altitude goes from the vertex and is perpendicular to the opposite. All right? And then centroid is the intersection of medians, and it's 2/3 of median length. Two-thirds of median length. The orthocenter is the intersection of altitudes. Okay, so I'm gonna, and on your homework, if you can, make one big triangle. Okay, so we got one big triangle. We're going to just draw in first of all, the median. So I have A, B, and C. The median from B goes to the midpoint of the opposite side. Oh, that wasn't very good, was it? No, it's gonna have to do, because I did it in the marker. So that's the midpoint. Everyone see that? The altitude from the same spot is just the perpendicular. There's the altitude. When they all intersect, so if I do the median here and the median here, that point is called a centroid. Okay, that's a centroid. When I do all three altitudes, I'm going to do those in red. So the perpendicular is probably from C, maybe up here like this. And the third one would be right there. And so that point is called the orthocenter. Focus in. Lots of red marks there, but basically it's right there. That's the orthocenter. Okay? Questions? Understand the terminology? All right, so what the book's going to do when you're looking at page, let's see, let's go to page 389, look at number 14. Page 389, number 14. So Macy, on that video, can you turn to page 389? And then, you know what I mean, look at the problem. Real quick. All right, so page 389, number 14. The given info is find the orthocenter for the triangle described by each set of vertices. So I have K is at 2, -2. I have L, which is at 4, 6. And I have M, which is at 8, -2. All right, so there's my triangle. Probably the best way to do this is to graph it. So, can you see that graph okay? Good. So we'll go K is at 2, -2. 1, 2, -2. There's K. L is at 4, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And M is at 8, -2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, -2. So if I use a straight edge, so there's our triangle. Now it wants us to find the orthocenter. Oh, yeah. So we want to find the orthocenter is the intersection of altitudes. So we have to construct the different perpendiculars from each coordinate. Well, the first one's kind of easy. If you think of it like this, if I go from L and I go straight down, I'm going to use red. Hopefully you can see this. If I go from L and go straight down, can you guys see that on there? Yeah. Okay, good. So there's the first orthocenter. Now, if I'm trying to go to the perpendicular of LM, I got to know what the slope of LM is. Okay, the slope of LM with those coordinates is the change in y over the change in x. So 6 minus a -2 and 4 minus 8. So that would be 8 over -4, which would be -2 over 1. So the slope, which makes sense because it's going down to the right, the slope of LM is -2. So the slope of the perpendicular would be +1/2. All right, now let me pause there. I'm gonna come to the screen. Yeah, Cody, you're on the whole video the whole time.
Okay, so you're retaking it.
All right, so let me come to the screen. Make sure you guys understand. So orthocenter is perpendicular to the opposite side because it's an altitude. And so here, that one was pretty simple because it was just directly straight down. But so we found the slope of this, which is -2. And now we need the perpendicular slope because that's how we find the altitude.
Where does it get -2?
Finding the slope. 6 minus -2 is 8.
Oh, okay.
And that's from the coordinates. Okay? All right, so then if I go from K to this one, I've got to have a perpendicular slope. So the segment that's perpendicular has a slope of 1/2. -2, perpendicular slope is +1/2. Does that make sense? So I'm going to outline it when I get back to my desk, but that means I'm going to go up 1 and over 2. So I'm going to go from K, up 1, over 2. Up 1, over 2. You get the idea? And so all I'm doing is drawing in a line that has a slope of +1/2. Does that make sense, Cody? Go from from K, 1 point, up 1, I'm gonna use right here. I'm gonna go up 1 and over 2,
How did you get to 1/2?
because that's the perpendicular slope. So the slope of the one line is -2. Remember perpendicular slope, we did that a few weeks ago as the opposite reciprocal.
Oh, okay.
So I take opposite and reciprocal of it. So then I go up 1 and over 2. So these 2 points are on the line. I'm gonna use my straight edge. That is perpendicular. I'm gonna focus in a little bit so you can see that a little bit better. That is perpendicular. And so the point of intersection, and I could do the third one too, but the point of intersection is right there. Where is that point? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So the ortho center is at +4, -1. Now I only found the point of intersection between 2. The ortho center is actually the point of intersection between all 3. Got it? Questions? Okay, great. All right, so now listen closely. The assignment I'm about to give you is due Monday. It's not due tomorrow. It's due Monday. Due Monday. Page 390. I'm going to start with number 4. And we're going to go all the way
All the way to 5.
ha,
Hey, you said that first.
4 to 25. You forgot a small number 2. Remember that. 4 to 25. Oh, but this is not due till Monday. Okay? That means tomorrow in class, you're going to have the entire class period with a video to watch. 4 through 25. Got it? All right, that's it. Turn it off.